Good morning, students. Today also I have taken a question from a 5-mark question, basic principle of homeopathy. You might have studied this homeopathy in your previous semesters. Even I have given notes which is little wider about the treatment and all I have given. But this question they have asked about the basic principle of homeopathy. So we have to write something precise and according to the question we have to answer, which is not present in the handout. So I have added some of the points in a simple manner. Please note it down and then you can prepare your notes by means of getting from this class PDF. Also I will upload in my YouTube in the both description as well as in the comment part. In description it has to go for drive, or even in the comment part you will get the Adobe version itself, so you can collect this handout also and you can compare the previous one which I have given and then you can study. So here a picture is shown, that is Samuel Hahnemann, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, who was in 18th century, who is the person who is the responsible for homeopathy treatment and the principle what he has written. He is a great man. He has identified how a treatment, homeopathy, it has a very good effect in many chronic diseases. He has given the theories. So in the question they have asked for 5-mark question, write the basic principle involved in homeopathy. So I have taken the basic principle involved in the homeopathy and its details. Even you can have an idea, not much detail about the treatment and all, I have not gone in detail. Some of the treatments which is we have discussed in the previous handout, you can just refer to that. But you have to write this one because they have asked principle. What is the background? What is the history behind and the principal part of the homeopathy? So when you see here, I'm just again and again I am focusing on the picture of Samuel Hahnemann. He was the person who was the main, you can say he is the father of homeopathy treatment and homeopathy subject. So in which you can see homeopathy is a system of medicine that is based on laws of similars, same, similars, single, simplicity, like that they used to have similars. This you can write if you know that. That is the truth of this law has been verified experimentally and clinically for the past 200 years. Its primary principle is similia similibus. Similia similibus crescentur. On translation, or it translates, what do you mean by that? Let likes cure likes. Let likes cure likes is the word they have given. That means it is a translation from Serenchu. That means, for example, similia similibus. Similar is the law name. There are three laws mainly. And here, what is the history that I told you? Samuel Hahnemann in 1755 to 1843, over 200 years ago, he is the person who is responsible for this theory and this system. It's a very wide system in the world. He is a German physician who earned or who got his Doctor of Medicine degree in 1779. And he is the person, especially Hahnemann, Samuel Hahnemann, began research and experimenting, believing that a substance can cure what it can induce. So that's why he was giving some drugs to a normal person and finding the symptoms and the disease symptoms, and he says that it will be similar. That's why the word simile, similar, law of simile, it came. That's what is theory. Again I am repeating, normal person given a drug, what is a symptom, and the diseased person, what is the symptom, he was identified that. He is saying that the symptom will be similar. So Samuel Hahnemann became research and he found out that the substance can cure what it can induce. So an antigen which produces the antibody, what we are studying in our physiology, antigen is a foreign body. When it enters into our body, immediately you will get an antibody production. So he was telling the antibody production, the antigen, if it is producing the antibody production, even the antigen can act against the particular disease in a small doses, diluted doses. That is what he was having the theory in a different manner. First, he tried to use cinchona bark for malaria treatment, and how the malaria giving symptoms to the normal person, and what is the symptoms he has acquired by the drug cinchona in the normal person, and what is the symptoms he has got the malaria can be treated by means of this cinchona bark. That's what is principle. One example I have taken, he has taken many drugs like aconite, lots of drugs, plants, animals, minerals, and animal sources are mainly used in homeopathy treatments. They are in diluted dosage forms in a minimum quantity, in a diluted dosage form in very minimum quantity have been used for various treatments. Concluded that effective drugs must produce symptoms in healthy people who is not having disease, in healthy people that are similar to the symptoms of that disease. So the drug is identified by means of giving to the human being who is normal and finding out the symptoms what it is given. The same symptom can be observed in the diseased person by the particular antigen which is producing the disease, can be treated by means of this natural drug. His concept is somewhat different from other system of medicine, but it is worked out for various diseases 200 years back. It has been proved by various researchers. So now just a small question. What is homeopathy? Homeopathic medicine work by stimulating the body's own immune system, vital force. So this is what we are lacking now. When COVID-19 infected person, they have the immune power. He can withstand that particular antigen, particular virus when it is entering into his body or her body. When you are having less immune power, then you are getting all type of complications and we need hospitalization. So here we are coming to know about the vital force. Homeopathy medicine works by stimulating the body's own immune system, that is called vital force. Non-toxic. What is homeopathy means? It increases the vital force, non-toxic, and when properly administered are safe for infants, children, adults and animals. Substances are diluted to microdose level. This is just to show you a dilution. Usually they are diluted by alcoholic preparation. Even the doses will be very, very small, micro quantities will be given as a drug. No known side effects are seen in homeopathy because the doses which they have given is very, very micro level doses. Made from a variety of substances, especially. The drugs are made from variety of substances, plants, flowers, minerals, animal products, made in accordance of the homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of United States. They have the United States Pharmacopoeia, that means HPUS, Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of United States. Homeopathic medicine are considered drug products under the law, FDA, and since 1938 via the Food, Drug and Cosmetic Act, authored by Senator, the name of the person, Royal Campland, MD, himself a homeopathic physician, have given different list of products of homeopathic medicines. These are some of the pictures which I have given of medicines which is available. There are many thousands of, there is many, not thousands, there are many, more than that, preparations are available, successful treatments without side effects are seen in homeopathy treatment. Fundamental principle. Now we are coming to the answer for the question. Fundamental principle which forms the basis of this great science, homeopathy, it has its own unique philosophy and therapeutics that are founded on 7 cardinal principles. In that 3 laws and other 4s are just we have made a classification simply into 7. So when you see these 7 cardinal principles, first one, law of similia, similar, where it stays, that is a basic principle, don't forget. Symptoms which is produced by the disease will be similar to the symptoms which is produced by the drug which is given to the normal human being, a healthy human being, healthy person. What is the symptom he is getting by a drug will be similar to the symptoms which they are getting from the particular disease. That is the law which they have given. Please remember, it's possible for you to remember, and it's interesting, which is not studied in other system of medicine. Homeopathy is totally somewhat different system which is having the concept behind about this law of simile, you can say, or similar, simile, and law of simplex, law of simplex, single dose, simplex, and law of minimum, very minimum dose, diluted dose. All the 3 easy for you to remember. Only 3 laws is the basic principle for the students to write, and you will get full mark, and you will get the understanding, and it is possible for you to tell with other people also what is homeopathy. So there is 3 laws: law of similia, law of simplex, law of minimum. Law of similia means, remember, similar symptoms will be seen in the deceased person, and as well as the drug which is injected or given to the particular healthy person will also show the same type of symptoms. Like that, they made the study and they found the treatment of the particular natural source of drugs. And law of simplex, simple, single dose, only 1 dose usually they used to give, OD. And law of minimum, diluted, minimum dose, micro dose. So these 3 laws you can remember. Doctrine of drug proving, we can say doctrine of drug proving, how to prepare the drug, and how you are designing the drug, how you are testing the drug, how you are proving a drug which can come to same like allopathic system. How many phases you have to go for testing with humans, and then what is the doctrine of drug proving. Theory of chronic disease theory is totally different by means of Samuel Hahnemann, that is Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, the father of homeopathy, have given a different theory for chronic disease. He was given, that is also we have seen here. He says that chronic disease, cannot be treated only for that particular disease, because it has many other diseases are responsible for that. Chronic disease are not coming by means of genetic character, by means of social impact, by means of family history, by means of previously had some disease. That's why they are getting chronic disease. This study have been proved by Samuel Hahnemann. That's what the theory. He has written a very big book. I cannot complete details I cannot say, but at least we can remember the theory of chronic disease which is given by Samuel Hahnemann in homeopathy. That we can write. And theory of vital force. The homeopathy states that increasing the vital force, increasing the immune power, increasing the vital force of the patient, increasing the vital force of the human being, increasing the vital force of the patient will give relief from the disease. That is their theory. That is the theory of vital force. Doctrine of drug dynamization. Doctrine of drug dynamization means according to the drugs, pharmaceutical preparations, you might have studied about pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, how we can prepare, how we work. You can formulate a drug from where the source, whether it is plant source, animal source, mineral source, animal products, and how they are dynamization have been done for the drug. So these all 7 points easily you can explain and you can get the full mark about homeopathy. Clearly you can explain. This is what I am not a homeopathy doctor or I am not a homeopathy subject behind. I can give you some details according, as a pharmacist, we should know about the other system of medicines, how, because we are going to work in even the pharmaceuticals of homeopathic medicine also. We are eligible to go there as we know these basic principles and formulative methods which can prepare. And we can, you can, formulation development can also be done by a B.Pharm graduate. That's why we include these all subjects. And now we come to the 3 laws which we have, as I explained to you, law of similia, law of simplex, law of minimum dosage. How? Similia means similarity. Remember similarity. What is the similarity? The symptoms which is produced by the diseased person and the symptoms which is produced by the drug is induced into an normal healthy person will be the similar. That is why the law says similarity. Individualization of the treatment of a patient. Individualization of treatment of the patient. That is law of simplex. That means it is a single dose as well as treating one disease. Treating one disease at a time and also giving a single dose. These all comes in the second law. And what about the law of minimum dose? Use of a minimum dose, diluted, micro concentration. That is what these 3 laws are very, very important for homeopathy system. Once the students are ready to write these 3 laws specifically, you have finished your question by means of what they have asked about the basic principle behind the homeopathy system. And if you write that Samuel Hahnemann is the father of homeopathic medicine, that will be sufficient for you to know about the basic principle behind the homeopathy system. The law of similia, just I am giving some explanation because you have to write in the paper, no? So, as I told, similar. It is also called as law of cure similar. The law demonstrates that the select remedy is able to produce a range of symptoms in a healthy person similar to be observed in the patient with a drug. Understand? Thus, leading to the principle of similia, similibus, currentur, that is, let like a treat. That is what? Let like be treated like. That should be bolded, but I did not bold. You should know that. What is the translation of that? Similia, similibus, currentur means let like be treated like. Let like be treated like. The term of similimum for the remedy that good matches a patient's symptom. That's what it is written. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of the law? In other words, Similarity, similar, I told. So it said the remedy that good matches the patient's symptom when the drug is given to the healthy person. Law of Simplex. The second principle of homeopathy is based on single dose remedy. Only one dose of medicine given at any time. If would be difficult, it is not impossible to ascertain the action of multiple homeopathic doses are given all at one time. All at one time. That's why they say simplex is the second law. You can remember single dose and also made into simple by a single dose, even in case sometimes if there is multiple homeopathic dosage have to be given also, it will be given in a single dose. The remedy which is administered after a close observation of the entire symptoms that the patient shows always produces the same symptom of illness on a healthy body. That is the previous law. The more similar the symptoms, the more guaranteed to the cure. The more similar the symptoms, the more similar the symptoms, the more guaranteed in the cure. This is just a picture to show you. You might have seen small pills, globules. They used to have droplets, diluted solids. Law of minimum dose. This is about minimum dose. Law, the third law. Law of minimum dose. The notation that lower the dose of the medication, the greater its effectiveness. You see? It was something different which is not in other system. Lower the dose of the medication, greater its effectiveness. So the law of minimum dose is the third law. The third principle of law is minimum dose. In this system refer to minimum dose of medicine given as well as repetition of the dose only when necessary. The similar remedy selected for a sick person would be prescribed in minimum dose so that when administered there is no toxic effect on the body. So, if it is administered more also, it may not make any toxic. Why? Because minimum dose. It just acts as a triggering and catalytic agent to stimulate the strength and exciting defense mechanism of the body. Increases the vital force, defense mechanism of the body. That's why they have the principle of giving minimum dose. So 3 laws we have seen. First one is similar or similia. Second one is simplicity or single dose. And third one is minimum dose. Minimum. Law of minimum. So 3 of them are the main laws which you have to remember. It does not need to be repeated frequently. It is not needed for you to repeat the dose frequently in homeopathy. So you have to remember the law of minimum dose. The notation that the lower the dose of the medication, the greater is the effect. Lower the dose of the medication, greater the effectiveness. And now we are coming to we have 7 parts. This is the 4th one, that is drug probing. Drug probing, also termed as homeopathic pathogenic trial. Same like allopathy, same like conventional treatments, same like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, how you are determining the drug coming to the market, the same thing. Pathogenic trial, homeopathic pathogenic trial, HPT, is a process in which drug substances are put into trial on healthy human volunteers, and their pathogenic effects are observed, noted, and compiled as the first step to introduce the drug into homeopathic materia medica. So that's what the symptoms, you have to see the symptoms, similar symptoms which should be seen in the disease. That is what the theory which is given by Samuel Hahnemann. What is the symptom which you are getting in a normal healthy human being will be similar to the disease which has been attacked to a patient. Similar symptoms. So that's what drug proving. Before a drug should be entered into the homeopathic materia medica, you have to study this one, which that is called drug proving. Proving of a drug substance is a unique process in homeopathy. Unlike conventional medicine, that means English medicine or allopathy medicine, where animal experimentation forms the basis of evaluation of the drug pathogenesis, homeopathic medicines are proved on health human volunteers. In allopathy, they are testing with animals and then they are coming to the field. But here it is purely from human volunteers in a small doses, including controls from both sexes, female and male, age groups also from 18 to 60 years. They used to study, and then only they include in the homeopathy materia medica. So it is purely in human being testing. That is the difference in homeopathy, drug proving. So now we are coming to the next one, that is fifth one, is theory of chronic diseases. I told some of the points even in the beginning. Theory of chronic disease by Samuel Hahnemann. Theory of chronic, he has introduced during homeopathic practice. He observed that chronic disease reoccur in patient when after simple remedy is given. It's coming again and again. It becomes chronic. It was unable to completely relieved. That's what a study he has made. And then after 12 years of experience observation, he come to a conclusion that there is a hidden miasm. There is a hidden mechanism or miasm, hidden system behind in the organism which causes the disease. The organism which causes the disease. So that he was telling it is due to the genetic problem or due to sometimes it can be from behind of other disease which has come before to the particular patients, and miasms of that particular miasm, the hidden miasm of the chronic disease studied by Samuel Hahnemann, or reaction mode. What is the reaction mode? Remains one of the dark concept in the homeopathy. What he says, they are supposed to be heritable. That means back the family history, hereditary, gene issue, and originated after suppression of other disease. Sometimes he may have some other disease and he might have taken some drugs and it is suppressed and it has induced some chronic disease which was continuously the organism was unable to control by a single dose. That's what he has found out and he has studied. So that is the theory of chronic disease in homeopathy by Samuel Hahnemann. So this is also, I have taken a picture to show you about the chronic disease, that is psychosocial. Biopsychosocial model for chronic disease, biology, psychology and social interaction, how it is dealing with it's a set system of health disease. So family dynamics, relationship style, social support have also impact in this type of chronic disease. Beliefs, attitudes, where you stay, behaviors, emotions, coping skills, past trauma, and also nutritional food, how your food style, toxins sometimes to the patients, lifestyle of the patient, cultural differences and genetics. These are all the parameters which is behind the chronic diseases. That's what it was even studied and theory have been proved now. What is the Samuel Hahnemann in homeopathy system? His theory is also have been proved and it has the impact. So we have to treat from the behind. You should know the history of the patient and then we have to go for the treatment. So theory of, now the next one, that means the sixth one is theory of vital force. Already vital force, we know that increasing the immune power is the main concept behind homeopathy system. So homeopathy believes that there is an existence of an external force in every living organism which maintains harmony of the function and also differentiate the living from the dead. So that's the power. So that is a holistic power which increases the immune power, positive thinking. This all we might have heard about that. It has many impact. So the vital force determines the state of health in that living organism at mental, physical and spiritual levels. And then the last one, the seventh one is Doctrine of Drug Dynamization. It's a potentialized remedy. How the formulation, what is the source of the drugs, how to get from for the formulation, coming to the pharmacy area. Doctrine of Drug Dynamization in homeopathy. Homeopathic dynamization are process by which the medicinal properties which are latent in nature substances while in their crude state become aroused and then become enabled to act in an almost spiritual manner in our life. Homeopathic remedies is made up by the natural substances like plants, minerals, animals and animal products. They are manufactured by the unlike other medicines. Here the pharmaceutical industry plays a role. In a serial dilution, because it is minimum dose, their law. In a serial dilution process made up the very dilute extract, the all step of dilution, the remedy is vigorously shaken and succeeded. Succession process is designed to arouse the medicine dynamic nature. Now we are talking about the seventh topic only, sources of. Now we have to know about the sources of homeopathic medicine. Already we are told plant kingdom, mineral kingdom, animal kingdom, Diseased tissues also can be used. Hormones and healthy tissues they are using. And imponderables, or imponderables means magnetic force, X-rays, there are radioactive rays, these all are coming in the sixth form. So when you see these six of them are together the sources for the homeopathic medicine. Imponderables, hormones and healthy tissues, mineral kingdoms, animal kingdom, diseased tissues, plant kingdom is already it is in the top below my screen. So all these six of them plays the major role for various sources of homeopathic medicinal preparation and formulation. Plant kingdom, about 60% of homeopathic medicines is prepared by the one or more parts of the plants such as leaf, root, flowers, seeds and berries. Mineral kingdom, 20% of homeopathic medicine are prepared from minerals. Pharmaceutical uses of almost all known metals and non-metals and various important compounds have been exploited in homeopathy. Example: gold, potassium, common salt and silica is used. Animal kingdom, homeopathic medicine is prepared from the certain animal product. Animal product like snake poison, spider poison, etc. are used very minute quantity, extremely minute doses to prepare homeopathic medicines. And when you come to diseased tissues, that is number 4, diseased tissues also they are taking. Some homeopathic medicine is formulated by using the tissues or secretion containing viruses, bacteria and other microorganisms in diluted small quantities. Hormones and healthy tissues. That is, homeopathic medicine is prepared from the using of healthy human tissues, animal tissues and its secretion including insulin. Like example, adrenaline, thyroidinium, there are many. And imponderables, as I told, imponderables, magnetism, X-rays, radiation, etc. Or energy sources is also used in homeopathic medicine preparations. So they have variety of sources. Benefits of homeopathy: pregnant and nursing women can be used their medicine, these medicines. Children and infants can also use this medicine. Does not interfere with the remedy taken by a person. If the incorrect dose is completely safe and if not harm the person at all, overdose, it is not harming them because they are minute dose they are taking. It is used in chronic and acute conditions of any disease. Homeopathic remedies is produced very rare side effect. Homeopathic remedies will produce very rare side effect. It is stored in long time periods. So these are benefits and precautions of homeopathic medicines. What are the precautions? What is the precautions you have to take? Take the medicine from homeopathic practitioners, qualified person. Can avoid taking antidotes and other substances along with them. During treatment time, avoiding coffee, peppermint, camphor and very spicy food can be avoided. Handle with care and cannot be touched with hands or fingers, the drugs. Side effects: it produces sometimes aggravation during initial treatment with homeopathy remedies. The person will be excited, aggravated, minimum dose maybe. Some patients they have seen. This aggravation is a positive sign. It's not a negative sign, it's not a side effect, it will be a positive sign. Aggravation in the patient can be observed. The remedy is good match for the patient's symptom. It produces the emotional disturbance, maybe emotional, psychological, emotional disturbance may be there in homeopathy. That's why I took a picture of emotional disturbance. The person is just keeping his hand in the head by emotional disturbance may be there. So this is, I have taken little more actually, this for 5 mark question, this is more than sufficient, and also you can have an idea about homeopathy, and also I have given some example of drugs in the previous handout like aconite, and also I have given some of the drugs like anti-cancer drug, anesthetic drugs, fever, how it can be controlled. These all things I have given in some of the example in the handout, that you can add an extra which you can read, but this will be sufficient about the basic principle of homeopathic medicine. Thank you for being with me. I hope this will be helpful for you, and also take this PDF notes from the comment of this YouTube, and also there will be 2 places. Even I have not uploaded, I am going to upload. If I upload, you can take from there. That means in description part there will be a link, and also in a comment, first comment I myself will comment in my video. In there will be a link. If you click that, directly you can download the PDF file and you can have the hard copy and make yourself easy for the studies. Thank you. All the best. Be safe. Take all the precautions whenever we go outside. Try to obey the rules and regulation which is given by the government. Make use of the lockdown and study. Use of the time. Don't waste your time. Always be ready. I hope we'll be having the exam in June. Surely. We hope that we should not more delay to make our exams. Thank you.